Can I be your friend, Tinky? Oh, I love friends. You can be my friend, Tinky. Do they consider the grammar on those first questions that they ask? What do you? Yes, they do. They want to see how you actually construct your sentences, and they want to see how you would be in conversation. Do you pay attention to what you are writing? Do you pay attention to your sentence construction? Do you pay attention to your grammar? Do you actually pay attention to all of these things? Take into consideration all of these things that you're actually going to be writing over there, and not really your way of thinking, but they just want to see how good is your English. What level are you on Nazwane? Rev Plus? What jobs do you usually do? Right now I'm a Rev Plus.
That was
Um,
obvious when you said your salary. There was no way you're still on red.
yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
Rev
those
Plus.
rates are probably higher. Do you get a
They
higher
are.
rate or you just get more jobs? Or the rates
You
are higher?
you do get higher rates. That's number one, and you get to have jobs
You
before
select more
the
jobs.
river size to actually move.
Yeah.
So at the bottom of the river page, right, they will actually tell you there are currently 100 and so jobs on the river platform.
Yeah.
So that's kind of motivation to say, okay,
Yes,
fine, I
yes,
know
yes. So if you
that they
wanna level up. Mm-hmm.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That so yes. So take into consideration that that's what it is, the requirements. But also you can get to 800 minutes, and if your metrics haven't actually reached the standard of the River Plus site,
Mm-hmm.
then they still won't let you on until you have reached. So for example, with the river side of things, I think the let me just quickly check over here if I can actually see it. um if it allows river levels, yes, let's see river levels. Let's go down. Let's go down. So stay muted over there. So for the riverside, no, your accuracy, the standard for accuracy on the riverside is 4.5 accuracy, and the formatting is also 4.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
So an
then
average of
on the
4.5.
yes, on the River Plus side, accuracy is 4.8, and
Mm-hmm.
formatting is also 4.8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your on-time submission should be 90% plus on the Riverside. And your
Your what?
commitment,
Sorry?
your on-time submission.
Or on time submission? Yeah.
So with on-time submission, how that works is if you are reaching maybe like an hour to 30 minutes before the time that you're supposed to submit, they send you a
Mm-hmm.
warning to say, hey, then you are left with so and so so much, and you need to wrap up, start editing
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you have to wrap up so you can hand in the full project. If you are not
Mm-hmm.
able to actually hand in the project, and if you think you won't be able to hand it in time, then please unclaim now so that
Yeah.
another person can actually take it and finish the job,
Yeah.
right? But that if you have unclaimed an hour and more after you have claimed the job, it does count against you. They give you
Yeah.
a leeway period after you've claimed the job to
Mm-hmm.
unclaim the in an hour after
Oh,
claiming
wow.
it.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
you have once you have gone over that hour, now your unclaiming will be counted against
Counting
you.
against. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
So then with those 22 hours once and you're left with maybe the last hour, so it really, really counts badly. Does it matter in terms of the project, the length of the project, or it's just if you are over that hour, then automatically it counts against your on-time score? So do you know how it's measured? Is it based on the length of the project, or it's just based on it's not in within that hour allowance?
no, it's standard. Every single
Okay.
project you have, once you have claimed it, they give you an hour to unclaim without being penalized. Once you've gone over that hour, then you are going to be penalized for it. If just on the on-time submission side of things as well, if you see that you're not going to be finished on time, they do give you about, I think, about an extra 2 hours, but they actually ask you, do you want to actually add on to the, and if you want to add on to the time, they let you know, okay, fine, you can actually say yes. Once you have said yes to adding on to the time, that does still count against your metrics. You have gone over the time limit, and
but you can still earn from the project, at least if you finish within time, which is nice. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, we're not giving myself gifts, we're sending her gifts for all the valuable information. We didn't know you can earn up to 1,800 US dollars. Now we know. Hopefully, most of us are motivated to join Rev, but we understand that it's not going to be easy, you know. Yeah, I think you can go on with more questions.
Just to reply to user 9823 million, I think you came in late. How long did it take for them to reply to you, Karev? It took me about 3 weeks, but it can take up to a year for them to actually reply to you. Does one have to be an English boffin to be successful? No, you just need to make sure that your English is on par, your grammar is good, and you can use Google is your best friend. The style guide is your best friend while you're working on these projects, especially when you're a beginner. If you're not sure about something, go onto the style guide, go and Google whatever it is, and you'll be fine. Lindy, where do we get the guide? I haven't seen one. When you apply, they do tell you there's like it's in blue. It's highlighted in blue, and you can actually click on it. Then the style guide will actually appear. So there, as you are registering, keep a lookout for the style guide. It will tell you where it is or somewhere on the page, and you will be good to go. Angel, how do we register? I think I've already answered that. I think I submitted without completing. That one is a bit of a tricky one. Submitting without completing is deactivatable. It's a deactivatable offense. Not an English word. That's not an English word, but
yeah. You know, those words we just
you
put in there.
just as long as it's all good in the hood.
Definitely.
One is asking, is Rev the only company you are transcribing for? I'm also on Transcribe Me, Wame, but I prefer Rev. I hands down prefer Rev, over and above any other transcription company. I also applied last night. I wish I waited for this live before I applied. It is very informative. All the best to you, John.
Yeah,
Actually,
all the best.
how do you use tags? How you use tags, right? Tags are basically, you've got inaudible tags, you've got foreign language tags, you've got what other tags? It's foreign language tags, it's inaudible tags, it's I forgot what other tags they are. But basically how those tags are used is once you get to a point in the audio where you can't hear what they're saying, then you put an inaudible tag. If it's in the foreign, if it skips to a foreign language, then you use a foreign language tag. So tags are basically what you put over there in the text to say, I can't hear what they're saying, or this is not something that I can transcribe, or that. So that is how you use tags. That's the function of the tags, basically.
But do you place it in square brackets or something? What do you do? Like, how do you show that, or you just write inaudible tag, or what happens?
The tags, right? Hence I say there's shortcuts, and then also on top over there of the project, you can only access it once you are inside a project. On top of the project over there, there's a toolbar, I can call it that, and then there's one that kind of looks like an omega sign, if I can actually call it that. That is where you find your tags. Once you click on it, and it's going to have a drop down of the different tags that they have over there, and you click on the one that is appropriate for wherever you are in the text at that moment or point in time. Once you click on that tag, it puts it in those square brackets in red. To show that this
is it there in the test? Because I remember using my own square brackets. So is it there on the test?
It is there on the test as well.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And also on the test, it does give you like little speech bubbles that pop up from time to time to tell you, okay, fine,
Yeah,
now pay
you should do
attention to
this
this,
and
now pay
that.
attention to that.
Hmm.
Yes. So just
Definitely, they do have cues.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, Abby says I applied and just got a notification that they received my application. No word since. Just be patient about that. They will actually give you communication as time goes on. Sometimes it might be I don't know if they still do that weekly thing where they just keep you in the loop to say, hey, listen, yes, we are still we're still on your side, and
I
just
don't think
be
they do it
patient.
because a lot of people are complaining. They wouldn't be complaining if they were receiving those things. So I think they
Okay.
just leave people out in the cold, and now they're just like, what's happening?
I don't understand why they do that now, because it used to help people a lot in
Yeah,
actually giving them that sane mind to say, okay, fine, I'm still,
yeah.
um hopefully they'll get back to us. Yes, like all the best to everybody who has applied, to everybody who's still going to apply. I hope it actually works out for you guys. Michaela, so staying on Rev and being successful with Rev depends on how good your English is. Yes, I think I can really say that, because it
Yeah.
is that where you need to transcribe English and you need to give good quality jobs,
Yeah.
work. So, yes. Megan, I did the test. However, when it comes to agreeing with the terms, I cannot access. When you on the terms, right? After you've written the test and after you've transcribed, on the terms, you scroll. There's that box of terms that's going to appear. You scroll right to the bottom of that box. Once you have scrolled right to the bottom of that box, then that box where you actually agree to the terms, that's when it'll now not be grayed out anymore. I think it turns red. Does it turn red? I think it turns red. I don't remember what color it turns. But that's when
Yeah.
you will be able to click on agree, and then that's when your test will be submitted. Once, if you haven't scrolled down through that entire box, it won't give you access to it. No, I just realized that I don't know English. What is Rev doing to us? Listen, you might think that you don't know English, but listen, just go for it. Just test yourself out and see what it is. Thanks, guys. I'll make sure to do the rookie phase. Yes, go through the rookie phase, finish your 45 minutes, and you'll be good to go. Can you do the job on a smartphone, or you need? No, you cannot. They do not allow smartphones. They do not allow tablets and any other thing besides a PC or a laptop. So you do need a PC or a laptop to work on Rev. That's Jola. Tolu, you
Oh,
need a
before we
laptop.
move
Oh,
on, can they use like a internet cafe? So if you don't have a smartphone, can you go to the internet cafe and, because I know some platforms, some of the survey sites don't allow for use of public Wi-Fi's and stuff like that. I don't know why.
really?
Yeah, I've seen one like that where someone received an error to say that they don't allow for the use of public Wi-Fi's and whatever the
Oh.
case might be. Each side has its own terms and conditions and terms of use and stuff. But that could be what you do. Go to an internet cafe for 4 or 5 hours, do the work. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a PC, up until you can buy your own PC. Like these days, laptops go for as little as 3K. It's not like they specify the type of laptop you should buy. So 3K, you should be able to get a laptop.
Mm-hmm. This is the advice I give to people who don't personally have their own devices, like a laptop or a
Mm-hmm.
PC at home. What I say to you is go to an internet cafe and do the work over there. Um, Try to make it a point where you make at least $20 a day. Twenty
Mm-hmm.
dollars a day, in a month gives you 9,000 rand.
Mm-hmm.
That is somebody's salary at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here you are just making that $20. I think it's about what, I'm not quite sure, but it could be about like 300, somewhere around there, ballpark of 300 rand a day. At
Yeah.
the end of the, when you withdraw that money, it comes into your bank account. It's about 9,000 rand. So you
Mm-hmm.
see, you will be able to actually make a living out of this. Excuse me. Angel keeps asking, please let us know how you register. Angel, you get onto the Rev site, rev.com, scroll right to the bottom of Rev. I think I will type it somewhere here as soon as I'm done with everything. Scroll right.
It's already on my content as well. I did show the screenshots.
Okay.
So if like the person is a bit lost, yeah, they can do it. But you can just take them through the process as well.
How do you register? You just get a Rev, because I think she's still going to answer ask this
Yeah.
question. So go to rev.com, scroll right to the bottom, find the freelance where it says freelancers, right? Where it says freelancers, click on that. It'll take you to the page where you begin your registration, and then it'll take you through the steps, right? Now, if you don't want to go through the whole scrolling down to the bottom, you can just say rev.com/freelancers and go to, it'll take you straight there. I hope she got that. How do you add tags? I think I've answered that one already. How long have you been on Rev? I've been on Rev since last year, September. I remember retyping the whole thing they sent me of the three people. Yes, you need to retype at times. If the speech is not there, if the text is not there, then you have to actually retype it. Slam dunk. Hi, I couldn't get past the point where I had to take, after reading the terms and conditions. Terms and conditions, scroll right down to the
Okay.
bottom of that block. That's when it'll actually give you that I agree button and give you access to the agree button. Precious, do you perhaps know how long would one have to wait to get a response? Any time between a week to a year. That's how long they actually take at times. No, go, I'm experiencing the same problem. Or she's replying to Slam Dunk. How do I create an account? You go and you
Yeah.
register on the site. They never responded to me. It's now 6 months. It could take longer than that, actually, Madlogovu. So just be patient on them. And also another thing, what I used to do for my little brother, because I applied for him because he couldn't actually get to the point where he could do the test. So I applied for him, and it took, in that period where it took about that 2 months. At 2 months, I went and checked. I tried to reapply, and when I entered his email, it said they are still reviewing his application. So if you do that and it says we are still reviewing your application, then you know that they are still working on it. If it allows you, then you know that your application got lost somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
So you would to reapply. Monica, with the job that you start from scratch, do they disqualify you should you not caption correctly? Yes, they do. You need to be as accurate as possible, and then once you are done with the transcription, then you go back to the top, listen to the whole thing again as you are going through what you've written. See if it is exactly what it is, because it does happen that you could actually transcribe, and then when you go back, you hear something that you didn't hear before, or you hear something that you've skipped, or let's say maybe you put in an audible tag. When you go back, now you can actually make sense of what this person is actually saying. Then you go back, you just edit whatever it is that you've written, and then you hand it in. So yes, it is very likely that they do actually would deactivate and qualify you for not transcribing properly, even with jobs that you start from scratch. Right. Clifford, how do they pay you? So they pay via PayPal every Monday. So throughout the week, it's a work week from Sunday 2 a.m. That's when the work week starts till Sunday. Wait, I'm not making sense. So today's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
This week ends at ends tomorrow morning, Sunday at 2
Mm-hmm.
a.m. Then that's
Yeah.
when the new week
They start
begins.
every week. Okay.
Yeah, automatically send the money to your PayPal account. The PayPal account that you have on record with them. That's where they're going to send your money to. Now, onto your PayPal account. This is also another process. Withdrawing from PayPal to your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Can I leave this one till later on, so that I can actually explain it in detail? I don't want to confuse everyone right now, and there's quite a lot of questions that I still need to get through. But I will get back to the payment part. It's also very important. So
Okay.
yes, Muited is asking, can I reapply even though I didn't get the response from Rev? I think I answered that one right now.
That question.
If you feel like you can't wait for that 40 something days, create a new email account and apply via that email account, right? That's also another way that you can, yes.
Bypass.
Yeah. Amahle, do they tell you your mark? They don't tell you your mark. They just tell you whether you have been approved or not. Evolutionary, one thing I know about wanting to work online is you need to have time and be consistent. That is absolutely correct, evolutionary. Absolutely correct. Can you spell the name of the website? It's REV, Clifford, just rev.com. Michaela, so during the training, do they actually teach you how to write? No, they don't.
You're grown folk. They're just like, if you apply here, you know what
Yes,
you're doing.
just like you got yourself here. Now do the
Yeah.
job. You know. So why
It's
do I
just
feel
like
like I
at
need to
work,
have
they can give you a very difficult project from the get go. You know?
actually they just okay fine. This is the steps. That's it. How you do it, we don't care just as long as you do it correctly. So Michaela, why do I feel like I need to have taken no you listen, just as long as like I as long as you can speak English and your grammar is on point, good, you're good to go. You're good to go. What's the name of the word of the website? Rose, it's rev.com. And thanks a lot. This has been very informative. You're very welcome, my darling. Let's grown together. Hi there. I'm actually hooked. I'm unemployed. I'm late. How do I join? So user Dipuo, how you join, my darling, is you go to rev.com/freelancers and it'll take you to the registration site, or you can just say rev.com, scroll right to the bottom of and find freelancers, and then click on that. It'll take you to the registration page. Just joined. Are you supposed to first invest or no? You don't. If any site
Those questions.
transcription site tells you have to pay first, run the opposite direction and don't look back. For Rev, you don't need to pay anything. They are the ones who are paying you for your services. So think of it this
Any
way.
platform that you're making money online, if they're saying pay you what run, time to run. The only time you pay money is when you're investing and you know what you're investing in.
Exactly. So if they tell you pay, no. So yeah, Michaela, honestly, do you think your matric marks are contributing to the success, or what else did you do? How do I answer? Okay, so this is how I'm going to answer this question. I have a friend who scored in the 50s for her English, right? For matric, she scored in the 50s. And I scored 80s and all of those, right? I helped her get through the process. She's now on Rev. She's a Rever, and she's doing very. So, like I said, it's not determined by your academics. Your English is not determined by your academics. As long as you can speak it, and as long as you can actually have good grammar, you know where your full stops go, where your commas go, where the dashes should be, where the ellipses should be, then you are good to go. You are good to go. So Mercy, I'm late, but whatever the topic sounds very, very interesting. Please do stick around. Thanks, guys. You're very welcome. How do we join? I think I've answered that. How do you join? I'm very interested. Answered. Do you register with money? It's free. Is the actual audios like the test audio? You get audio are not as clear, right? Because in my opinion, the test audio is very, very clear. You can hear every single thing that the person is saying at that moment or point in time. All the speakers, you can hear them. And then when you get to the actual platform, hence they give you audio percentages. Let me just quickly see. Unfortunately, I can't show you my dashboard, guys, because it's against their It's against their
Non-disclosure, what?
yeah, because
Confidentiality stuff.
yeah, and now there's one job over here, so I can't actually show. But
Mm.
they give you the audio quality, they give you the pay total, pay minimum, and all of that. So audio quality, pay attention to the audio quality. If it's they go from between 10% to 90% and above, right? So if you feel confident enough, I won't lie to you, I don't feel confident enough doing anything below 50% audio. Listen to the audio before you take the job, before you claim it. Listen to it and then see, can I be able to actually finish this? And when I say listen to it, I don't mean just listen to the beginning. Listen to the beginning and then 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, because you could find that in the beginning it sounds good. And then as you go along, it starts deteriorating. And once you are in it and you've gone over that 1 hour, now unclaiming is going to actually count against you. So be very careful when it comes to actually claiming a job that you won't be able to finish. Right? So yes, I think I've lost you. I just want to go back to where I was. Sorry, typo. Do we just okay? Yeah, I think I'm back there. Can they regret you after 6 months of application? I haven't heard of a case where they actually do that, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Um, actually, audios, can they regret? Okay. Andy, so how long do they take to respond to application? Between a week to a year. What's the minimum amount you could make? The minimum amount you could make is 55 cents. Actually 48 cents. Depends. So that's the minimum amount. Hi, so it's a bit off topic, but is TKL still working? Oh, I have absolutely no idea what TKL is. Hey,
It's a
Asisi,
scam. TKL has never worked, guys. It has paid people, but it's a scam. Yeah, it's a TikTok online scam that's happening, that's circulating. That yeah, it's gonna
okay.
end in tears.
Yo, hi. Those ones run.
Yeah.
So does it mean you have a higher chance of getting in if they are taking a while to respond? I could say 50% yes, 50% no. Mercy. So the only basic qualification is good grammar. That is right.
Mm-hmm.
Good grammar, good English. Yes, that is correct. How fast do you need to be? You need to actually just make sure that you hand in on time. If they give you 8 hours, you've got that entire 8 hours to complete the project and you hand it in. Just as long as you are in between that time of handing it in, then you're good to go. You can take the whole 8 hours for a project that takes 20 minutes. They don't care, just as long as you have handed it in after that 8 hours, actually, before that 8 hours. So,
Okay. Well, we move on. Um,
hmm?
the last person that joined the discussion. So, how long does it take you to finish a project that's a certain length? Because let's just say the audio is 10 minutes long. How long would it take you, and how long would it, on average, take someone that's just new to the platform and so forth? I know it's work ethic based and it's also experience based, but how long can someone spend on a project that's maybe 10 minutes long and so forth? Because I think that's what the debate was about when people were doing projects that are 15 minutes long for 3 hours, and
Yeah,
obviously you're on River Plus and stuff like that. So I don't know if you get if you get.
I get you. So,
Yeah.
one thing I actually tell you on this, practice makes perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Practice, practice, practice. If you think you're a slow typer, or if you know yourself and you're a slow typer, then what you basically do is in your spare time, in your free time, get onto your laptop or your PC, start typing stuff out. Um, take maybe a magazine or a book, one page, the same page every single day. Start typing out whatever it is that is written over there. Maybe it's a paragraph
Mm-hmm.
or the entire page. Start typing that out. Once you are done that day, record yourself and see, okay, fine. Today I took 27 minutes to type out one paragraph, right? The next day, go back to it. Today I took 20 minutes to type out that paragraph. The next day, then you see, right? You are increasing your typing speed, number one. Number two, you are actually getting your fingers familiar to the keys on the keyboard. Then you know, okay,
Definitely.
fine, A is on the left, and then
Mhm.
L is on the right, and then O is on top over there, N and M are right at the bottom over there. Your mind, your brain, they kind of actually
Yes,
also have a
configured. Mm.
they yes, and then you get familiar with it.
Yeah.
So the more you practice, the better you get at the typing. So I think I've answered that one. So wait, you asked how long would it take. For me, it takes between, for a 10-minute audio, it takes between 15 to 20 minutes to actually do a 10-minute audio.
Really good. That's why you're making 1,800 a week. Makes sense. Because people
And
are
I
saying for 15 minutes they're taking 3 hours. So then there's no way you're
practice,
gonna
practice,
make
practice.
money.
Yeah.
There's
For
no
me,
way.
I was very intrigued with this typing thing from a very young age. I taught myself how to
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
So whenever I used to go to work with my mother, I'd sit over there and just type nonsense and gibberish. It's sentences,
Yeah.
but it was just nonsense and gibberish. So I grew up being that person who can actually type and be fast at it. So you will get to a point, this is surprising for a lot of people, but you will get to a point where you can actually look at the screen and type away.
Yeah, in time.
It does.
That's yeah. Like coders and all those people, they're not here. No one is there. Like there's
Yeah,
an LR.
you
They're
know,
like they're looking at the screen typing. What are you saying? What are you doing? So
exactly.
if it's your job, you'll get to that point because you know you want to be an expert in what you're doing. Definitely agree. Thank you for sharing the valuable insight. I think anyone that joined definitely is getting like a lot of gems from this.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
They are. How long do they take to respond after the assessment, after doing the assessment? Is this once you are on board, or if you're not on board yet? If you are on board, how long does it take for them to respond? It depends. They don't always have somebody who checks up on your work, right? For some of your projects, and it's random. For some of your projects, they will have somebody who actually goes through it and they actually check. This is how they see your metrics, right? And then a lot of the time they will not really grade it in that like by having someone actually check your work, but your formatting and your accuracy will be graded according to that. If it has been graded by someone, it will actually tell you this has been graded, and it'll give you a step by step as to where you went wrong, what you did right, what you could improve on. So before when you're applying between a week to a year. Hello Lisha. Jude, hello. Mercy, oh my goodness, I'm glad I logged in. I really think I'm good in grammar and very fast naturally. Awesome stuff, go for it, my darling. DK, hi Nazwani, just wondering, do you do more line typed by the machine work or the other? I'm i'm half and half, right? So what do I mean I'm half and half? At times I don't want to start from scratch,
Yeah, it's
and I
mentally
feel like
exhausting. I don't
it's
think.
very very mentally exhausting, because there you have to sit there and pay much more attention. You do have to pay attention across the board, but you have to pay much more attention now with the non-line stuff. So on the line side of things, I like the line side of things because I can get those shorter projects and I
Yeah.
can get to faster. I'm an advocate. I'm an avid advocate for doing shorter jobs. You can get through them faster and you can get paid more. That's how I get paid more. I do shorter projects and get through them.
Yeah.
And we fly.
Good.
So yes, I do a half and half. So user, after the registration process, do you take the test immediately? The registration, you can take the test immediately. The registration process is
Is the
a part
test.
and parcel of the test. Yes,
Yeah.
it is part and parcel of the test, basically. So Wayne, hello everyone. Nazwane, how much have you made so far using this? Yo,
Zini, that one is too personal.
yo. Wayne, could I please refrain from answering this question
Yeah,
because
I think so. I think so.
uh,
I think we can allow that because that's very confidential now. Because at least you gave us the weekly,
yeah,
minimum that you can get and stuff. I think that gives us an indicator of what's possible. Because, with each and every person, their experience is very much catered to who they
very,
are
very,
and what all those things. So it's great to have like different perspectives and different views of how the platform can actually work. So thank you very much for joining. Like I'm gonna reiterate. And guys, why are you not sending likes? Yeah, that those what are they called? Those lives where they are following each other and you're seeing bombs and all those things. I'm like,
you know, the gifts
like
that
there's
are
no
flying
value
over
add
there.
here.
You
But
get
here we're
100,000.
seeing a lot of
And
value
just
add.
hi,
Yeah, but
guys.
anyways, that's a topic for another day where we have to sit down and be like, why are what are they called gifts? The other side and this side where there's value
I
zero.
mean, let's sharing is caring, Pella. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Michaela, excuse the weird and stupid questions. Just as what? No. Listen, for this, there's absolutely no weird and stupid question. All questions are very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. Michi, I am late, but the topic is very interesting. I hope you do stick around. Sans, can a program like Grammarly help with the grammar standard as per Rev requirements? I would advise against using Grammarly because I don't think I haven't really used Grammarly for Rev, but what I've realized about Grammarly is I don't know if there's settings or what, but Grammarly for me works much more when I'm basically typing on Word and I'm using either South African or British English. That's
Mhm.
me and Grammarly. So
Also, it's
even
basically
with
British
them, even with
facing. So it's
pardon.
supporting more of British English. It supports more British English than American English. Is that how
From
you've experienced it?
yeah, from what I've realized, that's how Grammarly actually does most of their thing, most of
Oh,
their and all of that. So I think I have read somewhere where it did say that they do not allow you to use Grammarly. So I would advise against using Grammarly for this and just take it as it goes. Lucy on Rev, when I applied, I couldn't sync the script to the words. How do you do that? Um, you couldn't sync the script to the words. I think you mean the audio. And in
or
that
maybe
case,
sync. I don't know because you don't have to sync anything on the test on the transcription test because you only have to say speaker one, speaker two, speaker three. They already have speakers.
I think I know what she means by this, because you do get times where it says you are on minute 2, and the audio is either on minute 3 or it's on minute 1 still, right? So
Uh,
with that one, it's not really a train smash, Boost. Excuse me. It's not really a train smash. When as long as what you need to do is just be very sure about your speakers.
mm.
Be very sure about your tags. The tags is what they are very strict on in terms of making it be where it is supposed to be. So that is what they are very strict on in terms of the audio and the script not being in sync with each other at that moment or point in time. They will figure it out on their side, and it'll all come together at some point, just as long as your tags are correct and you're good to go. So liberated. Hi guys, how long does it take to get to reply after you apply? A week to a year long. Thank you so much, user Depu. You are very welcome. Personal account at okay. Do you pay for registration or training? No, you do not. It's absolutely free. Speaking of PayPal, do you choose the personal account or choose business account? You choose the personal account. It's not a business that you're working on at the moment. It's I chose a personal account, and everybody
Well,
who
it
asks me
depends.
how.
If you have a business, if you want to run it the business route, But yeah, we'll talk about text one day because you've already done your year and what. How does the text sis look like? Yeah, because I've just started and it's only my third month, and I'm realizing that it's going to take me to a different text bracket, and I don't
Yes.
know how it's all going to work. So I have to still figure the text laws and text what. But yeah, we'll talk about it one day. Topic for
Yeah.
another time.
So I was asking, how do you open a PayPal account? You go onto PayPal and you follow the prompts and registering and all of that. Marcia, I'm in the middle of application. It's now 3 weeks. I really need to get this right. Marcia, I don't know if it would be possible for you to actually say what it is that is kind of tricking you over there. But if you could please just write what it is that's tricking you by the test, and then maybe we can actually get through that. Paul P, how much work would you have to do for $20? It all depends, Paul P. You get projects that pay up to $15 a project, and then you get those that pay up to $30 a project, up to $79 a project as well. But it also depends on when, how confident you are in actually doing the job yourself. So I
Mm-hmm.
would say do the shorter ones. You get ones that charge $4, $5, $6. If you could do what, $4, $5 jobs, you've got your $20. So it all depends. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. You're very welcome, Una. Me Mukwena Grammarly uses British English. Yes, thank you for answering that. Lebu Mutsudi, all I know is patience is a virtue. Absolutely, my darling.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Courtney, what was the weekly average that one can make? That depends on an individual. That your income disclaimer here, guys, very, very strong income disclaimer. That depends on an individual. What I can make is probably not what the next person can make. When it also depends on how much work you do, how many projects you take on, and how much each project actually pays. That's when you will know. I personally,
Oh, sorry. You can go on.
oh, oh, I personally do not take any project that pays a minute because they have the pay per minute. I don't take on a project that pays less than 40 cents per minute. So that's how I gauge my projects and how I go on with it. Keiki Sang, if you are a rookie and you do a project, after how long do you get feedback? It's almost immediately, in a sense of once you have handed the project in, it counts to the tally of how many minutes you have actually worked. And all of the training projects are actually paid projects. So
Mm-hmm.
when you go to your earnings page, it will show at the bottom of your earnings that you have made this much from however much they were paying for that project. So we did. Thank you so much, Elaine. Much appreciated. You are very welcome, Mahan. Network is bad on my side. I am so sorry. I hope it's stabilized already. Liberated lady. Once we get started, do we type each word as we hear it, or type it in correct grammar? Okay, this one. I think I've answered it a little bit. I just didn't go into detail. Now, Liberty. What they do is right on the non-line side. Let me start on the non-line side. On the non-line side, right, you get projects that tell you they want it in verbatim and ones that don't tell you they want it in verbatim. If a project tells you it's verbatim, you type out every single thing. You type out all this. If a person stutters, you will type out every single stutter that person has. You will type out every single I don't know. If the person, like I said before, if they use like excessively or excessively, you type that out if it's a verbatim project. Verbatim basically means every single thing needs to be recorded. That's verbatim. Not verbatim, you don't have to type everything out in that way. Remove what is not needed over there. But in removing what is not needed over there and typing it out in proper grammar and the way it has been said, you do not change the meaning. So type it so it makes sense, but do not change the meaning of what the person is saying. I hope I've explained it nice, good, and proper. Taffy, hello. Should I choose transcriptionist or captioner? I am. A lot of people lean more to the transcriptionist side. The captioning side, I won't lie, it does pay a little bit more. It does pay a little bit more, but a lot of people lean more towards the transcriptionist side, the transcription side of things. So whichever one you're comfortable with, it's both sides of the platform is basically you. It's you typing out whatever is being said. That's it. So you
Oh yeah,
can choose.
but before we move on to like other questions, with the captioning side, there was something that was mentioned regarding syncing audio to the file or something like that, or the
Oh yeah,
yeah, the video,
that
whatever. Hmm?
I didn't answer that one. So with the captioning side, right? The training for the captioning side is different from the transcription side.
Mm-hmm.
The training from the captioning side, it will tell you, because there's like a little box at the bottom over there where you write out your transcriptions, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then it'll tell you, okay, fine, you can only have so many words in one line, and then
Mm-hmm.
once it turns red, you need to skip to the next one before it turns
Yeah.
red. Actually, there's green, yellow, and red. So once it's yellow, then you know, okay, fine, my last word, and then I go to the next line, and then you take it, so on and so forth. Now when it comes to syncing on the onto the
The,
audio,
the tip itself. Mm.
yeah, now they will tell you, okay, fine, this is where it is, and then you can edit. You listen as you are playing the video, and then you see, okay, fine, no, this is not supposed to be there, this is actually supposed to be on to the next one, and you see, you take it that way. So
Yeah, I need.
in that frame, if in that frame you've added a word that's only going to appear in the next frame, you have to
Next
go
line,
back to the
you have
bottom of
to.
it, edit, put it in the next
Yeah.
line, so when it when you hear it coming in the next frame, that's only when it appears on the screen. So it's a bit more intricate and a bit more
Yeah,
tricky, but
it,
yeah,
it is.
that's there. Yes, the aligning is much more on point,
Okay,
right?
so another question regarding this: if you've passed the test for being a transcriptionist, do you automatically get added to be a like to do captions if you want to? Do you have the option to do the captions, or you have to do another test to do the captions?
You have to do another test, because
Mm.
they are two different platforms under one umbrella,
Yeah,
if I can
I
put it
think I've
that way.
noticed that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Hence you can actually be deactivated for one platform, but you're still active on another one.
Yeah,
So
is it
you can
interesting?
out of transcription, you can be kicked out
Mhm.
of being a transcriber, but still be a captioner. So
Okay,
that's how.
another technical question, which maybe you might not know, but if they've kicked you out on one platform, can you register on another, or you now kicked out of Rev altogether? I don't know if you get what I mean. Because I
I
understand when you're simultaneously on the platforms, if they kick you on one, they aren't necessarily kicking you on another. So would it be maybe advisable to have both platforms available for you to use, as much as maybe you're using one over the other, so that if they kick you out from one, then you still have the option of the other one?
I would advise, if you are scared that you're going to be kicked out of the one, apply for both, pass
Yeah.
both,
Okay.
so that you know, if I'm kicked out of this side, then I still have that side.
Mm.
So yes, they do allow you to still apply, even if you've been kicked off of. Just know, if you've been deactivated on the transcription side, you are never getting back there, and you can still apply for captioning, unless they tell you that we are not accepting any more applications from you specifically,
Mm-hmm.
because I get your email will now be on their system. So if they
Yeah.
pick that you are that person that we deactivated on that other platform, I don't know according to what criteria
Rules.
they,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
they can actually decide that they're not going to accept you, even if you have never been on the captioning side. They can decide that.
Okay.
Lebo's asking if I may ask what's Grammarly. Grammarly is a, how do you explain Grammarly?
Well, it's a platform to just check your grammar, if we
Yeah,
can call it that.
that's
So it's
correct.
like
Your
you
grammar.
put text, whatever text that you have, then you just place it on Grammarly. It checks your your grammar for you to say, okay, did you use your grammar skills accordingly? But as someone has already mentioned, that it's British facing, so it'll use British English. So it'll check your grammar according to British standards versus American standards. So it won't be the best platform to use when you're working on a platform like Rev, which uses American English.
Set your input to autocorrect to American English. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I really don't think so. I don't know. I've never tried it, but I don't think so. I don't think there's a setting where you can actually put it over there to say, okay, fine, use strictly American English or not. Michaela again. So with captioning, unlike transcriptions, where you use tags, example foreign, must you type foreign? There, I'm not quite sure. I haven't gotten that deep into captioning. I've applied for captioning, I've been accepted for it, but I haven't really worked on the captioning side of things. So I can't really speak to what is allowed there, what isn't allowed there. But I think once I actually immerse myself into it, maybe I might have more insight. But at the moment, right now, I don't
Yeah.
really know, darling. If she means deactivated, then the reasons for being deactivated is your metrics have fallen below the rev standards. That's number one, or you submit your projects late. That is, those are grounds for your account to be deactivated. But like I said before, you will first be given a warning. And then after you have been given a warning, then if your metrics fall below the standards again, then you will be deactivated with immediate effect. So that is. Tato Elvis, are you a transcriptionist or a captioner? I'm both, but more transcriptionist. I haven't immersed myself in the captioning side of things. Geki Sang, this is so educational. I don't know. I didn't know. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't know for verbatim. We type everything, including word starters. Yes, there
That's
it's
good.
everything.
Hmm.
Uh, Lepese. Yo, I'm so sorry. On registration, I must choose transcriptionist or captioner. Which one? You can decide. You choose if you want to be a transcriber or if you want to be a captioner. And then the application process will take you through everything. And then I can't really tell you which you should do and which you shouldn't do, guys. I chose transcription first, and then after that I went for captioner. And then once I was accepted, that's when I decided, okay, fine, I'm sticking to transcription more than I will actually caption. So you can decide if you want to transcribe or if you want to caption. Do a little bit more research as to what a transcriber does, what a captioner does. See which one you will be more comfortable with, and then take it from there. Kiki-san, thank you so much for the feedback. Much appreciated. It's all a pleasure, my hun. Buntle, hi, great live. Are there any other jobs without waiting 3 months for approval? I don't know. The waiting periods, guys, they are all determined by the company itself. They are all
Yeah.
determined by how many people have applied, how many people they have to onboard, and the process that it takes. So, I'll take for example with Prolific. When I
Mhm.
applied for Prolific, I didn't have to wait. I was onboarded immediately. And now I hear people who say they have been put on a waiting list, whereas I wasn't put on a waiting list before. With Rev, it's the same thing. You get people. My cousin, I know actually. Yeah, let me speak about my cousin. My cousin, he applied on a Sunday. He was accepted by Wednesday. So it all depends on the waiting period. The waiting period, it all depends on the company itself, the site itself, how they do it, and. So you can decide, apply for however many you want to apply for, and then once you are onboarded, you will be onboarded. So I don't really know. I know Malebo has on your link tree in your bio, you have a whole lot of sites over there that
Yeah.
people can actually apply to. So go over there, check them, and see which one would work for you and not. Um, one thing I have been frequently asked is Transcribe Me. Transcribe Me is also a transcription platform, right?
Yeah.
But Transcribe Me, the test for Transcribe Me, guys, yo,
I've heard it's if you are a transcriptionist and you're complaining, imagine us. Imagine
there's a
us.
lot going on there. There's a lot going on there. Um, before I took the test, I went and I actually just checked, okay, fine, on Google what it is, and once I got
Yeah.
into the test, there's three sections of section A. There's three sections of section. You have to transcribe three audios, and all of them are from scratch. It's not like with Rev where they give you a line type of script and then you just edit.
What?
No,
What free
everything is
labor
from
is bad? Even Scribby, like they wait for an actual file to. I'm like, what free labor? This is free labor.
and mind you, they don't pay you for this, ne?
Yes,
Pay for this, and they call it an exam. Trust me, it feels like an exam. It
it is
feels
free labor. That's what it sounds to me.
so.
Free labor.
So you can check the different transcription platforms. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot.
Mm,
There's others that are
definitely.
more difficult to get into than others, and there's others that are very easy to get into. But
But
you
then
just
pay.
the pay is not as you check.
Mm.
So just keep that in mind. Um, but freelancing is not only um limited to transcribing. There's other
Yeah.
jobs as well that you can do
Teaching
freelancing on.
online, click like platforms like Click Worker, where you're doing like internet based type of jobs, things like Hit, um, what is it called, sentimental analysis and so forth.
Uh,
A pen, you becoming a collector, or data collection, translations. So there are various platforms that you can look into. Some they accept you immediately and you can start doing jobs. Some you have to apply while you're on the platform and wait for a project approval and so forth. But
yeah,
yeah.
yes. So Taffy, I think I already answered that one. Mercy deactivated, okay, I don't know what deactivated. You can reapply, guys, using different email. Yes, you can do that. User, where does one start? If you want to be part of Rev, do you download it or it works with a link? It's a site, it's not an app. You log in or you go onto it via your computer. I've seen people who actually started the process of application using their phones. At some point, it will tell you from this point on, we have sent you an email. Please continue using either a PC or a laptop. It will not allow you to continue with the application using your mobile or your tablet or whatever. They have ways of detecting this, guys. You can't trick them. They have ways of detecting whether you are using a mobile or you are using, yeah.
Yeah.
So Michaela, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for such privilege to have given us your time and patience. It's an absolute pleasure, my hand. Keki-san, besides the point that Grammarly use British, but doesn't Rev say we mustn't change speaker grammar? What Rev says is type the sentence out so that it makes sense without changing the meaning. So you could find that this speaker is speaking and they are a train that has absolutely no end. When you're reading something and it makes absolutely no sense, there's no commas, there's no full stops, there's no that, you won't be able to actually make sense of what that text is. So what they're saying to you is use your discretion and add the grammar where it is, excuse me, where it is supposed to be, right? But do not change the meaning of what the speaker is saying unless it says to you it is verbatim. If it is verbatim, you type it exactly as it is. You do not leave anything out. You go on and be on your merry own way. So I hope I've answered that one. You are welcome, Mercy. On Prolific, do I need referrals? No, you don't. Do you need for referrals for Prolific? No.
No. Prolific doesn't have a referral program, just like Rev. Rev doesn't
Yeah.
does have an affiliate program though that you have to apply for if you want to be an affiliate marketer.